Right, rely now. Welcome everyone. Welcome to everyone. My name is Ashutosh. As you know, we meet every Sunday, 8 a.m. US Pacific time at Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, this is our daily routine, weekly routine, where we kind of get together on a weekly basis and learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are You can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University, where you'll find all the previous videos that in case if you may have missed, right? So go to the playlist section and you will see different playlists at different levels, okay? And if you're interested in joining the live classes that we have every Sunday, you can get all the details on our main page, which is tiny.cc slash Hindi University, one word. I highly recommend you to bookmark this page and visit it, so you can find all the informations, the most updated one, which includes, like, if you want to join the Sunday classes, you'll get the information there. If you want to join the multiple practice sessions that we have throughout the week, on different topics, different books, different themes, you can also get the information about the practice sessions, which is hosted by all the senior students. In addition to that, in case if you missed the previous lectures, if you want to see them in a particular order, you'll find the information there. Similarly, the books that we've been following, everything is there. As you know, this year we have a blended curriculum, which means like we are bringing everyone together from complete beginners to intermediate plus. So we really start the class at a very basic level and then increase the complexity of it. The books that we've been following, it's also a blended curriculum. We're focusing on Richard Delacy, Professor Richard Delacy, who is a Hindi professor at the Harvard University. So we are covering his book called Elementary Hindi by Richard Delacy. Along with that, we are doing Pingu Learns Hindi, and then miscellaneous topics from Usha Jain and Rupert Snell. Okay, so with that being in mind, as you all know, we spent about 3-4 weeks on chapter 12 of Richard Delacy's book. Okay, and today we'll try to finish this topic. We focus on past tense. Okay, and as you know, there are different type of past tenses in Hindi. Initially, we started with intransitive. How do you use the intransitive verbs in the past tense? Then we focused on transitive verbs. Okay, then we went to the special verbs, basically, which appear that they're transitive in English, but when you use them in Hindi, you don't really use ne with the subject, right? So in today's class, we'll do these are all special topics now. So in today's class, I expect at least some of you remember some of the basics from the prior 3 or 4 classes. That's really important. We'll do special cases, which means even though the verb is used in the perfective participle form, it may not imply that what you're saying it's in the past tense. It may apply completely opposite, that you're going to do something in the near future. Okay, those are not like that common, but only the special verbs will be covering that. Similarly, certain verbs that can act or that can function both as transitive and intransitive, which means you can use them as an intransitive where there's no object, as well as transitive where there is an object and you will be using the ne with the subject. Okay, as always, feel free to stop me. Discussion is the most important part, right? Because if you have the question, most likely other people have it as well. Okay, so I'll directly jump to the topic. Okay, and the first one we have is basically the special use case of past tense. Special use case of past tense. As I said, there are certain verbs, let's start with the first one. Okay, let's say, you have the verb called ana. And Deliaji, what does it mean? Ana is?
To come.
To come, very good, right? Use it in a very simple sentences. Like, how do you use ana? In a very simple sentence, very basic form. How will you use it, Deliaji?
मैं कर आया in
Okay.
present tense or
However you want to use it. What's the most simple thing that comes to your mind?
um, मैं तुम्हारे घर आऊंगी.
Okay. So you said मैं घर आऊंगी. I just remove तुम्हारे just for the simplicity. So मैं घर आऊंगी, and it means you remove the na, as always, and you put ungi. What does it mean?
I will come to the house.
Okay, I'll come to the house. Very good, right? Simple. Okay, and if you were to use it in the present tense, it would be that something that you do on a regular basis would be
मैं
मैं.
घर आती हूँ.
Very good. मैं घर आती हूँ. For you, feminine singular, so you remove the na and you put ti. Same thing if you were to use it. So this is for future indefinite. This is present indefinite. And now let's say you want to use it in the past form. Okay, past indefinite. What is the imperfective participle form of ana?
आया. आया.
Okay, very good. So for masculine singular, you are saying aya. Okay, and then what else?
आई.
Ie. Very good. That's for feminine singular. And then masculine plural would be?
आइए.
Wonderful. That's masculine plural. And feminine plural would be?
आई.
I. Very good. And let's do some examples, right? Feminine plural. Okay, give some examples of it, right? How will you use that? So some people who may be completely new, so far they will understand, like, when you want to use this word in the past tense, you remove the na, and because there's a vowel sound in the base stem, there's a y thing coming at the ear, right? That's why it's aya, I, and I. Okay, now give a simple example.
मैं कल घर
Yeah,
आया.
मैं.
मैं कल
Mhm.
घर आई.
Okay, मैं घर आई. Okay, which basically means I came home. मैं घर आई. So far so good, right? I came home, right? Hopefully everyone is so far clear on it, right? But the same thing, okay, I'm gonna erase it. The same thing, let's say if Delia ji, if you were to say slightly differently, and if you were to say मैं अभी आई. Okay, मैं अभी आई. Okay, you still have I, which is you. You still are using the ana form of the verb in the past tense. Okay, all you have done is change the tone a little bit. Oh, मैं अभी आई. What do you think it means?
I will immediately come.
Okay, very good. Why do you think that is the case?
Because of the appeal.
Okay, because of the abhi. So even though it's used in the perfective participle form, right? When you say मैं अभी आई, okay, what you're trying to say is I will come to the house right away. Okay, I'll come to the house right away. So this is a special case where even though you're using the word in the past form, it implies the immediate future. Okay, that this event is going to happen in the immediate future. It's not common across all the verbs. It's common for this one, ana, and lana, and couple of the others. Okay, so मैं अभी आई. Okay, and for a guy, if and it's a this term is used pretty commonly, मैं अभी आई. And similarly, if I were to say, I would say मैं अभी आया. Okay, मैं अभी आया. Okay, which means I'll come right away. Okay, now what are the use cases for it? When will I use it, right? Because that is the most confusing part. Okay, now consider an example. Let's say I come to to one of your house, like let's say Kelly ji invites me for a chai or something, or a coffee or something. Okay, at the same time she's local, very good friend, right? So she may be busy, right? So I reach there. Okay, and let's say she's like, while Ashuji is coming, let me go some grocery shopping or something right next door. Okay, and I reached her home and I'm hanging out, like she's not there, she's outside getting grocery. I'm hanging out with her husband, right? And then I call her, Kelly ji, where are you? What will she say? Delacy, she'll say,
मैं अभी आई.
yeah, very good. मैं अभी है. That means like I'll be there, right? I'll be right there basically. मैं अभी आई. Okay. So hopefully it gives you some clarity that it means that I'll be there, right? I'll be right there. Okay, at the house. So just don't go anywhere, right? Any questions? Let me take a pause here.
Ashuji, can you say something like, may I be God I unga? Can you say it that way?
So you can say that, right? You're saying like, what is the other form of it, right? So
Yeah.
you can very well say मैं आ रही हूँ. मैं आ रही हूँ, which means like I am coming. Okay, or you can say मैं 5 minutes or 5 minutes, 5 minute में घर पहुंचूंगी, पहुंचूंगी. But it's basically like, which is, these are simple examples. मैं आ रही हूँ, present continuous, right? I'm coming. Okay.
Can you use the future tense?
This is the future tense. पहुंचना is to arrive.
Oh, okay. But I meant with aya.
So
Aunga.
So yes, you can say that. मैं 5 minute में घर आऊँगा. I'll come to house in 5 minutes. You can say that. Grammatically, that's completely correct. But like this becomes a special case. When you say मैं घर आऊँगा, either you have to specify the time. 5 minute में घर आऊँगा. But if you don't want to specify it and you want to just say I'll be right there, right? That immediate sense will come with abhi and using it in the past tense.
Dhanyavad.
Nandini ji, I think you or Radhika ji, one of you were raising hand. I didn't see it.
I was just wondering whether it is Shujit Nandini. Is it "Main abhi aati hu"? Is that the immediate future? Right? No, I hear that sometimes. "Main abhi aati hu."
Yes, that's right.
Or I'm just coming right now.
You can say that as well. मैं अभी आती हूँ. I mean, there are multiple ways of.
Even though, so it means the same. "Main abhi aati hu" or "Main abhi aayi"?
Yes,
No.
it's correct. Now the hard part is, what is the subtle difference between मैं अभी आती हूँ versus मैं अभी आई? That is the hardest part.
I'll be right there. I will be right there. I think that's what they're saying when they say, I will be right there. In a minute, I'll be there, or something like that.
So even this one, मैं अभी आई would imply the same thing. I'll be right there.
Ah.
Yeah, it's it's that's the part is hard.
Thank you.
Yeah, how will you differentiate between this and this, right? Radhika
I
ji,
think and the native speakers use "abhi aati hu" as "I'm coming right now." That's how I understand it when they say "main abhi aati hu." That means I'll be here any minute or now.
yes, near future. Not near. Near in the sense like, sorry, near, not near. Near implies like sometime later, but it's also immediate. I'll be right there.
Thank you, Jish. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Anyone else would like to share their questions or thoughts? Okay, Jackie ji, you go, and then Radhika ji.
So is it a bit like an expression?
It is an expression. It is an idiom, idiomatic expression in a way.
So it's sort of saying that I'll be there so quickly, it's almost already happened.
That's right.
In the past, I'm there, sort of.
Yes, yes. So it's also like you will see some of these expressions in Hindi movie as well. Okay, which is like old Hindi, not in the recent ones. In the older one, you will see a lot of dialogue where a small character, like, okay, a good child of a family, right? If he stole some work, like for example, in the older, like in the 70s, the movies were like, they show a wholesome family, ideal small child, like very obedient, do the work. And even though there's a milk, but let's say he's like, okay, मैं अभी गया और अभी आया. Okay, so let me write it down. So the person or the character will say, मैं अभी गया और अभी आया. Okay, you can write it down. And now you can see that it's jana is used in the past tense. Okay, ana is also used in the past tense. But the child is still there at the house. He's not left. Okay, what he's trying to say is like, I'll go, right? I'll go and then I'll come right away, basically. Right? That's the expression that you are mentioning, basically.
And is that the only time that you'd use that form of the verb?
Only certain verbs are used here. If I were to just say मैं अभी गया, it's a little bit confusing. Like if you were to say मैं India गया, I went to India. मैं अभी गया, I went recently. Okay, but because it's used along with ana, which is the main verb, that's why it is also going into the category of like मैं अभी गया and अभी आया.
Okay, thank you.
Adhika ji?
My friend, he always uses abhi aaya. Don't
Yeah.
panic. Abhi aaya. So, when I'm just getting upset, you're not left home yet. You're just, I'm waiting, I'm just started is ready. You're not here. Number abhi aaya. I'm just on the car, something like
Yes,
that. You won't
that's
have
right.
left, but he made it like I'm already there, in your road or almost approaching your house or something. It makes it very, I'm quicker than what you think that is kind of thing. I think it's going to be immediately, not even 5 minutes. It's happening now. I have left, something like that.
You know, sometimes people, not live, but they say that like they've not left the house. Oh, बस मैं अभी आया.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Who else? I think I saw some. Sue, you were also raising hand. You have a question?
Namaskar, sir. Now came in, so I'll start following with you now.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I thought you have a question or something. No question so far, right?
No, I now came in. Sorry, I'm late.
No worries. Okay. All right. So this is the special case of ana, which is like if you were to use in the past from मैं अभी आया or अभी आई, that means something that's going to happen in the immediate future. The next one I have is same thing as lana. Okay. Let's see. Who would like to help here? Let's see. Angela ji, lana is to
Hi, to bring.
bring. Right. Awesome. Okay. And just like other verbs, if you were to use it in the past tense, what are the possible forms of lana? You remove the na.
Lie.
Very good. Right. So you will
Liar.
lie. So it's masculine singular, feminine singular, and masculine plural would be
Melaye.
lie. Okay, so that's masculine plural, and then feminine plural would be
Melayi.
that's feminine plural. Okay, so if you were to simply say मैं fruits lie, मैं fruits lie, what does it mean?
I brought fruits.
Very good. I brought fruits. Okay, this is something you did in the past tense, right? I brought fruits. Okay, so far so good. If you were to say something similar expressions, let's say if you were to say मैं अभी लाई, okay, or if you were to say मैं अभी, let's say I come to your house, okay, to again meet you, right, and you say मैं अभी coffee लाई, what do you think it means?
So I'll bring coffee right away, kind of thing.
That is correct. It really means it's an expression. It may confuse you that when I said my fruits lie, that means I brought fruits. Okay,
Yeah.
but if you were to use it in a certain manner, मैं अभी fruits lie. Like don't worry. Like it's gonna not take me longer. It's gonna take me only like couple of minutes. So मैं अभी fruits lie or अभी coffee lie. Okay. So it's it's commonly used, right, in to show that that certain things are not going to take that long. Okay. Sometimes, like when kids are playing outside, they come home tired after playing in the evening. It's the general expressions for the moms, like, मैं अभी खाना लाई. Okay. Like I'll bring the food right away. Okay. मैं अभी खाना लाई और अभी पानी लाई. Okay. मैं अभी सब्जियां लाई. Okay. I think we did that food already. Any questions in on this one, on this special verbs, where lana is used in a certain way and it implies that is going to happen in the immediate. Yes, you will.
Hi, how would you ask somebody? Would say like tum abi rai?
So what is the tum? Let me write it down. Okay, so tum.
It's asking like, oh, will you be here soon?
I will be. So you will be there soon. That's what you want to say.
Yeah, will you be here soon?
Question.
You are asking the question. Will you be here soon? Will. Let me write it down. Okay. Will you be here? Will you be here soon? Right. So because it's starting with the will, it will be क्या आप आने वाले हैं. ओके. और क्या आप जल्दी पहुंचने वाले हैं. दिस इज हाउ आई वुड यूज इट. क्या आप जल्दी पहुंचने वाले हैं. ओके. आई वुड नॉट मिक्स इट विथ this way. I would not put it in the question in the interrogative form, the same thing that you're trying to say. I'm going to use the different tools, right? If you recall, when we were learning the topic of wala, like sabji wala, doodh wala, okay, we also used the way of using wala with the verbs, right, where the verb change into oblique form, aane wala, like barish aane wali hai, like barish is rain is about to come. Okay. दूध वाला आने वाला है, like the milkman is about to come. Okay. So I don't know, Yoel, if you recall, but I would use the other tools to show, like to ask someone like, will you be here, right? Will you be here soon? Like क्या आप जल्दी पहुंचने वाले हैं, और आप क्या आप आने वाले हैं.
Dhanyavad.
Yeah. Kelly ji?
How does Turant fit in here? Do people ever say, like, instead of Meabi, I like Turant, like
The
immediately?
Turant. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
So you just say make Turant just alone, or how do you use Turant with?
So the thing is, like Turant, I would, it's again, like, it's you're trying to use an adverb there, right? I mean, so मैं तुरंत I you can say that मैं तुरंत आई. It's not, there's nothing wrong in it. Just instead of abhi,
But not as common as this is what I think I'm hearing.
yeah, I mean, it is slightly like abhi comes naturally to the most people to express the nearness of it.
Okay, TK.
Kila ji?
I'll be right back. Is that the same use of Abi?
I'll be right there or right back.
Right back. Like if you're just popping out for a second, you're going to be right back.
Oh, I see. Okay, in that sense, like I'll be right back. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
That's
not the
correct.
football sense.
Anyone else want to share their thoughts? Professor Anita ji, how are you doing?
Very good. Thank you so much.
You're
What up?
thinking. Yes, like you're thinking.
So yes, with the Turant, so just as an alternative, I can use it with the future. I will be there immediately, right? With the future, that would be more likely the case, right?
That is the case. So thing is, like, even if you don't start using it right away, because you are using, if you're more comfortable using in a simple way, like if I'm doing something in the 5 minutes, I'm going to use the future indefinite. You can totally do that, but this is just like a helpful tool. If you hear someone saying it, it should make sense to you that what they are trying to say. Okay. Or if you're watching it in a movie, and if if the character is saying मैं यूं गया or यूं आया, it means that, like, it's not happened yet. They're trying to say that they go right like this and then come back right away, right? Yeah. Right. Any other questions, thoughts before we move on? So only two verbs, okay? Mostly it's Ana and Lana, okay? They have this particular use case. Okay, so I'll erase it now, and we'll move on to the next topic. Okay, the next topic is basically the verbs. Those that may function both as, so basically we'll talk about verbs that may function both as transitive and intransitive. This is a slightly harder topic, by the way. So in case if you're thinking what is going on, this is, even though we are covering it like all levels, this is really the intermediate plus, because you need to know the verb, you need to know the basic expressions, you need to know the transitive form, intransitive forms, and on top of it you need to know, this is like now you're thinking out, like, even though it's written in the past form, but it's implying the immediate future. So in case if you're struggling or if you're finding it hard, don't feel bad, okay? So in the past we learned about verbs separately, transitive and intransitive, right? I mean, so example would be, if I were to say to eat, right? You generally say to eat what, right? You eat. There is a direct object, right? I mean, like apple or cake, right? So transitive versus intransitive, right? To sleep, right? You don't say to sleep what, okay? Or to go, like to sleep or to go. You don't say to go what, right? It's to go where, okay? Right. So basically, so far we've learned it separately. Verbs with the direct object are transitive, without direct object are intransitive. Okay. But as I said, like, there are certain verbs that may function both as transitive and intransitive. And a couple of weeks ago, when we were talking about it, if you recall, we're talking about to speak, and Uni was there, right? To speak is, Donaji, what is to speak?
Bolna.
Very good, bolna. Okay, and Uni made an important observation, like, it depends on how I'm using it. If I'm using it in that sentence as a transitive or intransitive word. Okay, so from your perspective, Donaji, start with a simple example. How will you use bolna in a very simple sense, like I speak, or I speak, let's say, I speak Hindi.
मैं हिंदी बोलती हूँ.
Very good, right? So मैं हिंदी बोलती हूँ. मैं हिंदी बोलती हूँ. Okay, मैं हिंदी बोलती हूँ. Simple sense, simple tense, right? I mean, you remove the na and you put for yourself t. Okay, you want to say, okay, I spoke Hindi. I spoke Hindi.
Okay.
Or I spoke in Hindi. Maybe this is a better way.
Okay. मैं बोली.
Okay. मैं हिंदी में बोली. मैं हिंदी में बोली. Right? You are using it as a
intransitive.
Spoke in Hindi in a manner, right? You're not describing what, right? So मैं हिंदी में बोली. I spoke in Hindi. So far you can see that even though to speak, generally you can say to speak what. It makes sense as a question. To speak what, right? You can create a questions out of it, right? But the way you've used it, I spoke in Hindi, the manner, right? That's why it's like you naturally gravitated towards using this as an intransitive word. मैं हिंदी में बोली. Okay, versus if you want to say I said, I said to the person, to someone, right?
मैंने उसको बोला.
You would say in a simple form, you'll say मैंने बोला. Okay, मैंने बोला. Okay. Naturally, you used it as a
Transitive.
positive
Okay.
word, right? Because here you are using the subject and you just didn't put any name with it. And probably it happened without you thinking about it, which is a good thing, right? You're not now thinking about grammar, it's coming to you more naturally. So मैं हिंदी में बोली versus मैंने बोला, right? आपने, I could say आपने क्या बोला, like what did you say? And you can say मैंने बोला to come on time, to sleep on time, to take rest and whatnot, right? But that's, you can see that it's basically, it's, so there is a, all the use cases that you have for bolna where it can fit in both the cases. Okay, and you should not feel puzzled about, anyone should not feel puzzled about it, because it can function both as intransitive and transitive verb, bolna. Okay, let me take a pause, because I expect there will be questions on this one. Okay, I'll write down more and more examples, right? मैंने बोला. Okay, मैंने बोला, and then let's see, you want to say मैंने बोला, that's the first one you said. I'm going to write it again. मैंने बोला. You say मैंने बहुत कुछ बोला. मैंने बहुत कुछ बोला. What do you guys think it means? मैंने बहुत कुछ बोला. मीता जी, what is बहुत?
Both means a lot.
Lot. Okay.
Kuch is something. So both kuch is spoke a lot.
Very good. I spoke a lot. Okay. Like you're angry at someone, and like you know when you're saying मैंने बहुत कुछ बोला, that means like I had them basically. I said everything I had in my mind, and like मैंने उसको बहुत कुछ बोला. Okay, मैंने उसको बहुत कुछ बोला. Okay, let's do some more examples so it becomes sort of pretty clear how to use it. Okay, next one is मैंने झूठ बोला. Let's say मैंने झूठ बोला. JDG, what is झूठ?
Lie.
Very good. Lie. Okay, lie. Okay, when you say मैंने झूठ बोला, what it means?
I lied.
I lied. Okay, and if you say मैंने झूठ नहीं बोला is?
I didn't lie.
Very good. मैंने झूठ नहीं बोला. Okay, I didn't lie. Okay, so same thing, you're using bolna as a transitive verb. That's why you can see the name with that, right? मैंने झूठ नहीं बोला. Okay, और मैंने सच बोला. मैंने सच, let me write it as SUCH, such, but it's really the truth. मैंने सच बोला. Right? I didn't lie. मैंने सच बोला. Any questions on this one? Can you guys think of more sentences where bolna is used as a transitive verb in the past tense? Let me give you this small in-class exercise. Take your time and think about some simple sentences, just like मैंने बोला, मैंने बहुत कुछ बोला, मैंने झूठ बोला, मैंने सच बोला. Okay, in-class exercise, think about simple sentences. You can type it in the Zoom chat or Facebook chat, and then I'll have some of you share as well.
Sorry, Achuji, can I just ask?
Yes, please.
The two examples of cute and such, is it just happens to be that they're both masculine words, or could you say mene, feminine word, boli?
मैंने कविता बोली. You can say that, right? मैंने कविता. I mean, बोली, you will not say मैंने कविता सुनाई, but you get the point. You can say that. Yes, totally. If there is a feminine thing of it, like
Thank you.
मैंने अपनी पूरी कहानी बोली. I told my whole story. मैंने अपनी कहानी बोली. Yeah. Okay, very good. मैंने अजीब चीजें बोली. What does it mean?
I said weird things.
Weird things. Very good. And Meeta ji, what are you saying?
I thought mene choki boli is I spoke clearly.
Okay, I think choki is. I think you're making. It's a regional.
Adverb. So
Huh?
will it take a may rather than a mene? No.
So if somebody else is talking, that's not me. I don't know.
But choki is. I think it's more of like the regional blend within Hindi.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Sorry.
I
Okay.
think it's the regional blend. I mean, I can relate to it. But
Okay.
yes.
So how would you say I spoke clearly in Hindi?
Well, okay. I would use in an adverb instead of. I mean, choki is also an adverb, but it's a regional adverb. Let's see how other people will say it. I spoke clearly.
It's soft.
It's a manner, because it's a manner. I would use it when you're saying in a manner. I
May
would
teach se boli.
I would use it in an intransitive form when you are speaking in a manner. Okay, मैं अच्छे से बोली और मैं clear
Soft bully.
साफ तरीके से. Yes, you can say that. साफ बोली. The key thing is basically whenever there's a manner, and if you want to use it in a past tense, it's in intransitive form,
Okay. Thank you.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the second part, like using an adverb, is not a hard part. You can use English also, like मैं clearly बोली. Nobody would object that. People will understand what you're trying to say. मैं clearly बोली. Yes, Delia ji.
Yeah, if you want to say that you talked about something, is it transitive or intransitive?
Yeah. So use it in example.
जो मैं भारत के बारे में बोला.
Right. About something, right? So it is transitive. मैंने okay. So you are saying, okay. Let's see. I think this is an interesting one. You can say मैं के बारे में. Okay. You can say this also. मैं भारत के. This is an interesting one. मैं भारत के बारे में बोली. Okay. You can say this is correct. You can also say मैंने भारत के बारे में बताया और बोला. Okay, it might confuse you, but it works exactly same way. Okay, here you're using it in a transitive form, here you're using intransitive form. Okay, because here you in transitive form, it's going by the subject. You are saying it, right? So it's boli, and here it's about India, so it's going by the object here, basically bola. What was your natural thing, Delia ji, when you were saying it? What was coming to you more naturally? This one or this one?
I think the second one.
मैंने भारत के बारे में बोला. That was coming. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a harder one, but it goes both ways. मैं भारत के बारे में बोली. Like which topic? If I were to somebody ask you like तुमने किस topic के बारे में again like the way the question is phrased. मैं भारत के बारे में बोली versus मैंने भारत के बारे में बोला. Okay, more example. Let's see more example. This one I have to dig deeper into further, like why it's happening, even though it's about something, right? So even though natural thing is like you're saying about like something, right? So natural thing is transitive, right? But what makes it still this sentence grammatically correct? Okay, I'll look into this one. Anita ji saying मैंने हिंदी में एक अच्छा वाक्य बोला. Very good, right? मैंने हिंदी में, I'm going to write it down. मैंने मैंने एक अच्छा सेंटेंस बोला. Okay, that's what she's saying. मैंने एक अच्छा सेंटेंस बोला. Awesome. What else? Vidya ji, how are you doing?
ठीक हूँ आशु जी.
Yes. What would you say? कुछ बोलो.
अब क्या बोलूं? सब कुछ.
Yes. What comes to your mind? Use it however you want.
I had my साफ बोली.
साफ साफ. Okay, you can say that. साफ साफ बोलो.
Yeah.
मैं साफ साफ बोली. Very good. Right? Intransitive. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else would like to try it out? Vatsala ji, you want to try it out?
मैं सफेद झूठ बोली.
मैं सफेद झूठ बोली. What does it mean?
I said a white lie.
Yes. मैं सफेद झूठ बोली. Okay. So it's again intransitive. मैं सफेद झूठ बोली. So this one is same as मैं बोली, and in between, you can change it. Okay. Let's do some more. Okay. Let's do some more examples of it. So that way it's मैं बोला बोली, we did that. Okay. Let me see if there's more good examples possible. मैंने okay, so let's do one more, and then मैंने उसको कुछ नहीं बोला. ओके. सिर्फ इतना बोला कि यहाँ मत खेलो. Okay, I would like all of you to at least read it twice and at least try to translate it in English or your native language. Hopefully it's not so fuzzy. Okay, I'm going to read it if it is too fuzzy. मैंने उसको कुछ नहीं बोला, सिर्फ इतना बोला कि यहाँ मत खेलो. Okay, what do you think is happening here? Let's see. Barbara ji, you want to try it out? मैंने उसको कुछ नहीं बोला. Try with sentence number 1 and then 2. If it is hard, try to break it down and just think about the subject and the everything else in between is filler.
I try. I didn't speak to him a little to him. I didn't speak to him a little.
Very good, very good. So very good. So it's basically I didn't say anything to him.
Sì.
I didn't say
to him.
To him.
Think anything. Okay.
उसको is to him. Right?
To
Very
him.
good. सिर्फ इतना बोला कि यहाँ मत खेलो. Try now this one. सिर्फ इतना बोला. Second and then third.
सिर्फ इसका मतलब सिर्फ क्या है?
इसका मतलब only है.
Only. Only.
Yeah, only.
I don't know.
I think you're almost there. Okay, almost there. सिर्फ इतना बोला. What is इतना?
Wait a moment.
Okay. So you know the quantitative interrogative kitna दूध or kitna how much, right?
How much? Uh,
Okay.
no, no.
सिर्फ
No.
इतना बोला.
Itna bola, no.
No, itna, like, what is it? Try to infer from it. Ki, okay, next one. It's okay. Let's skip. Yeah. यहाँ मत खेलो.
Yahan, mat imperative, mat.
Yes, this is
Negative.
yes.
Che lo, yahan, mat, che lo, इसका मतलब che lo क्या है?
Okay, so the khelo here is the verb is khelna.
खेलना
Khelna is to play.
to play.
As you said, it is used in imperative form, right?
Sì,
So it
ok, sì.
khelo.
Negative, mat,
Mat is negative. Very good.
negative, yes.
Yahan
mm,
means
Yahan, wait a moment.
okay. What is kaha?
Here. Yahan, no, Yahan here.
Very good. Very good. Right? Yaha is here.
Here.
And when you say yaha mat khelo is
Don't play here.
amazing. Don't play here.
Okay.
Don't play. Amazing, right? Great job, right? And it is conjunction ki, which is used to connect two sentences,
See.
right? And then they're saying sirf itna bola. I only said this. Okay? I only said
See.
this. I only said don't play here.
That you don't play here.
Don't play here.
Okay.
Okay, now it makes sense?
I only said that don't play here.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Great job there, right? It's a hard one, but right? I only said that don't play here. मैंने उसको कुछ नहीं बोला. Okay? Any questions, anyone? Before I move on to the next two verbs that we want to finish. If you're still finding it hard, how come a verb is used both as transitive and transitive? It's the thing is, like, it's slightly different than what Usha Jain said. Like in the Usha Jain books, it's basically khana versus khilana, right? I think she was using those kind of form, which is correct too, which is totally correct, right? I mean, for example, I think badalna versus badlana, right? Or something like, I'm trying to think about those forms, like khana khilana. What was some of the other forms there? Dekhna versus dikhana, right? If you guys recall, dekhna is to see and dikhana is to show. So we did a lot of pairs in the previous classes, but this is not what Delacy is saying here. He's saying same verb can function or may function both as transitive and intransitive. Okay, so there is a slightly difference there. So don't confuse this with the list that we did in Usha Jain. Okay, we'll come to that sometime later in this book. Okay, so the next one is basically to change. Okay, to change. What is to change in Hindi? To change.
Badalna. Badalna.
Very good, right? Badalna. Okay, so you have a ba, the, and badalna. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit fast because I have to do two, but then we'll take questions and then like your reflections as well. Okay, badalna. You can say that to change what? And when there's a change of, like, there's a notion of that you're changing something, it will be used as a transitive form. Okay, so you would say maine badla. Okay, I changed. Okay, somebody could say aapne kya badla, and your sentence could be maine tire badla. I changed the tire. Okay, मैंने अपनी कार का टायर बदला. I changed the tire of my car. right? So it's clearly there is an object, clearly you're talking about changing something, right? Actually tire, मैंने अपनी गाड़ी का टायर बदला, right? So clearly talking about an object. Okay, you can say मैंने, if you're changing your location, right? तो मैंने शहर बदला. Okay, or if you're changing your house, मैंने घर बदला. Okay, simple. If you say simple sentence, it's not hard, right? You're changing something. मैंने घर बदला, मैंने टायर बदला, मैंने शहर बदला, right? It sounds like a Hindi movie dialogue, right? मैंने अपनी जिंदगी बदल दी, right? I changed the whole life, my whole life, right? Okay, or simple thing like, you know, academia, मैंने अपना major बदला, right? I changed my major. Right, I was studying biology and now I'm doing math. Right? So मैंने अपना major बदला. Okay, or you can say like, you know, if somebody were to ask you like आप, you know, केरला कैसे गई? Right, so पहले मैं ट्रेन में मैं, let's say you can say मैं उदयपुर से मुंबई गई, फिर मैंने ट्रेन बदली. Right, so मैंने ट्रेन बदली. What does it mean? मैंने ट्रेन बदली. Let's see who would like to do this one. Simple. You want to try this one? I think it should be very simple for you, but still.
I changed trains.
मैंने ट्रेन बदली. You want to make some different sentence? I'll have you.
तुम train बदले.
तुमने ट्रेन बदली. You change the train. Okay. Now, very good. Right? So now let's use it is like, you know, as a intransitive word. Okay. So this is all transitive so far. Now the same word, let's say you want to say to someone, hey, you didn't change at all. You didn't change. How will you say it? You didn't change. Let's say while I have you didn't change.
तुम train नहीं बदली.
No, so we're not talking about train now. We're just talking about as a person.
Oh, okay. तुम नहीं बदली.
Very good. तुम नहीं बदले. Okay, तुम नहीं बदले. You're saying it to a guy. तुम नहीं बदली is for a girl. तुम नहीं बदले. Okay, awesome. Okay, और आप नहीं बदले. And let's say you're meeting one of your very close friend after 10 years or something, and the person still has the same habits, right? Very generous, very nice, and you're like, तुम बिल्कुल नहीं बदले. तुम बिल्कुल नहीं बदले. एकदम पहले जैसे हो. What does it mean, you? तुम बिल्कुल नहीं बदले, एकदम पहले जैसे हो.
You are the same as before.
Right, yes, you are just like before. पहले जैसे is how you were before. Okay, so तुम बिल्कुल नहीं बदले, एकदम पहले जैसे हो. Okay, you can see it is used as an intransitive word. Right? तुम बदले और तुम नहीं बदले. Okay, okay. What else? Any other sentence you guys can share where it is used as intransitive? Okay, the weather change. We did how to say the weather change. The weather change. You can see that it is the weather change. There is no object. How will you say Vidya?
मौसम बदला.
Very good. मौसम बदला. मौसम बदला. Okay, मौसम बदला.
Actually, can you say उसका हुलिया बदला?
Very good. You can say that. Right? You can say. Sorry, I just muted. There was some background noise. You can say उसका हुलिया. What is हुलिया?
His appearance.
Okay, so this is उसका. I'm going to use a different one, right? I'm going to use a different term. उसका हाव भाव बदला. Okay, You can say like, you know, how bhav is appearance or manner. Right? Like, you know, you could like, especially when you're gossiping, right? Like uski lottery lag gayi और उसका promotion हुआ, he got promoted, right? और उसका हाव भाव बदला, right? Or you can use compound verb also, बदल गया, okay? Like, you know, he got promotion or he got some big thing and his appearance and everything changed. Okay. Any questions so far? Do you guys see it's how, like, you know, in the weather change there is no direct object versus like same thing when you are saying it, like you change a tire or a city, right? There is. Do you see the differences there? Like why we can use both in both the form, or is someone still finding it hard?
Ashwini,
Yes.
when you use the say, is that the same as Najriya and Haubhav? Are
Yes.
they
You can say Nazariya also.
Nazriya? Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it the same kind of a use when you want to use Nazriya, you can use Haubhav as well. It will go.
Nazariya is more like attitude,
So Haubhav is
manner. How bhav is manner, like the way you look at things is Nazariya, like the way, you know, that's why nazar is there, like the way you look at it.
Oh, okay.
Versus how bhav is like how and bhav manner, basically. There's the way you're sitting, the way you're speaking, like, or the way you are, you know, you're mingling with people, that's your how bhav. Versus like, you know, earlier uska nazariya badla, maybe earlier he had a certain way he was perceiving things, but now, you know, he had a more positive attitude, right?
Okay.
Right?
आशीष जी नजरिया
Yes.
उसका नजरिया बदला, can it also mean somebody is looking in a different way to you?
Perspective. Yes, exactly. Perspective, attitude, all of that. Yeah. Meetaji, you're raising your hand.
Yeah, I just wondered, how would you say that someone's mood has changed? Would that be intransitive still?
Okay. Okay. So I would say uska man badla.
Man badla. Okay.
Uska mood badla. Okay. That's how I would say that. Uska man badla or mood badla.
Thank you.
Awesome. Right, so we'll do one more and then we'll wrap it up. So the next one, which is and these three verbs are good enough, right? The one we did, like bolna, badalna, two with the ba, basically bolna, badalna, and the third one is samajna. Okay, samajna. Okay, you don't have to worry about the fourth one that Richard Delacy covered, which is ladna. It's not so common. What is samajna?
To understand.
To understand. Very good, right? To understand. To understand. Okay? To understand. Natural thing would be, you said you understand something, right? You understand the concept, you understand the lesson. So your natural inclination would be, you know, to use it in a certain way. Okay? But let's see from you. Delia ji, try to make some sentence of this verb in the simple past tense.
तो मैंने तुम्हारी बात समझ गया.
Okay, so you said मैंने बात I'm going to simplify it, right? So मैंने बात समझी, right? At the end of the day, that's what you're saying. You can put some pronouns and whatnot, but you're saying मैंने बात समझी. What is बात?
What you said, your speech.
Yes, talk or whatever, like speech.
Your talk.
And it is masculine or feminine?
It's feminine.
Right. So मैंने बात समझी, right? So I understood what you said. Okay, when you say मैंने उसकी बात समझी, I understood what, you know, that's why it is used as a transitive, right? Because, you know, it's something is here. मैंने उसकी बात समझी. Okay, मैंने आपकी बात. Now the next one is what you were saying. मैंने आपकी बात समझी. Okay, मैंने आपकी बात समझी. Okay. Okay. Next thing you can also say मैंने मैंने, okay, so let's sometime you can say I understood you, मैंने आपको समझा. Okay, I understood you, मैंने आपको समझा. Okay, you can say मैंने आपको, okay, this one can be said in different ways also. मैंने आपको गलत समझा. What does it mean? मैंने आपको गलत समझा.
You
I
understand?
got you wrong.
हाँ?
I got you wrong.
Got you wrong. मैंने आपको गलत समझा. I didn't read you properly or I got you wrong. मैंने आपको गलत समझा. Okay? Or it's like you understand something, a concept. मैंने ऑफिस का काम समझा. Okay, office ka kaam is masculine, like work, like, you know, somebody can ask you like, okay, this was your first week at the work, what did you do, what did you learn, right? So you could like मैं लोगों से मिला, again past tense, मैंने लोगों से बात की, again past tense, मैंने ऑफिस का काम समझा. Okay, so that's why it is used in a transitive manner. Okay, versus, okay, so this is again like all transitive way of using this verb samajhna. Versus you were to say like, oh, I understood. Okay, you know, where you were saying I understood, like, you know how you use it in English, right? I understand, like somebody's trying to explain it to you and you're like, oh, I understand, versus understood. So there you will say मैं समझा, okay, और मैं समझी, और मैं समझी. Okay, again used here as intransitive. Okay, versus like I didn't understand anything, मैं कुछ नहीं समझा, मैं कुछ नहीं समझा. Okay, मैं कुछ नहीं समझा, I did not understand anything. Okay, I didn't understand anything. Okay, मैं, same thing, you can change it, मैं सब कुछ समझा और मैं सब कुछ समझी. Okay, or you can be like, you know, if I were to ask you was it clear, you could say मैं नहीं समझा, मैं नहीं समझा. Okay, और मैं नहीं समझी. Okay, you can say मैं नहीं समझा, मैं नहीं समझी. Okay, I'm deliberately using it in this way. You can also say मुझे, to me it was not clear. Okay, so you can say मुझे समझ नहीं आया. Okay, but again, like the verb is changing, I didn't want to use a compound verb, I wanted to keep it simple. So if I were to ask you like how was today's topic, you can say मैं समझा, मैं समझी, or you can say मैं नहीं समझा और मैं नहीं समझी. Okay, so this is again like the verb is to understand, samajhna, which can be used both as transitive and intransitive. Okay, I know we are slightly over time, so I'm gonna stop the broadcast. So thank you so much for folks who watched on Facebook Live. Next week, you know, I'm taking a small break, so we'll not have any class on Sunday, but all the practice sessions will continue as it is. Okay. Any quick announcement? We want to do the in-class announcement, but any public announcement you guys want to make, Sheila ji or Kelly ji? Okay.
Sorry, my hand was up, but I had a question, not an announcement.
Okay, hi. So I'm going to stop the, yes, I'm going to stop the, yeah,
Thing
go
that I
ahead.
posted on the chat, if people, the new people wanted to join the WhatsApp group or Discord, the links are there.
Yes. So if for folks who are, you know, we have like a both Discord community and WhatsApp community, which is like, but the only expectation is that people should know you a little bit, right? So the expectation is not that you join all the classes Sunday, but at least you join at least one class, so you know they're somewhat familiar to you, or practice sessions, right? So please share, please let me know if you guys are interested, and I'll add you there. And Discord link you can find on the Tiny CC page, right? So if you go to tiny.cc/Hindi University, you'll find the Discord link. Okay, So I'll stop the broadcast and I'll